What's up, everybody? Buggity Newgate here in taisworldtv, and welcome back to Geeklodestars. And as you saw, we're talking in full depths about Thunderbolts, or AKA
Hey, the new
the
Avengers.
new Avengers.
Bro, I cannot
I was
believe.
like, I might as well just start with that first, because me, you, and light
Yeah,
skin,
bro.
this is something we've talked about for the longest. What Avengers
Right,
teams are we gonna get?
right, right,
But first,
right.
first and foremost, Taskmaster died, so we all knew that was gonna happen.
I didn't think it was gonna be like that quick and that disrespectful. Like they didn't even give her like 2 minutes, bro. She just
it
got capped,
it's
bro.
funny because like we all knew like she was barely in
In the
the
trailer.
promotional ads or
Yeah.
in the press tour. We Everybody's like, oh, she dies. We know that because we're not dumb.
Right, right, right. I thought she'd go out in like a blaze of glory, or like holding the
Not
fort,
even.
being the sacrificial limb. Nah, she got capped right in that first meeting, bro. She got capped, bro.
But
Crazy, bro.
let's start from the very beginning. I
Oh
like the
man.
way the intro for this movie in particular started, where usually they have Marvel comics in the thing, but
Yes,
it was all
bro.
Century Comics, which I love that little detail. And then
Mm.
once we pulled out to the Marvel Studios logo, the darkness just took over the Marvel Studios, and then
Yo,
the
that was
music
fire.
changed, and I love that little
That was fire.
detail.
Oh, let
I
me ask you something.
I
Were
love when
you?
Marvel does that, like the
Yeah,
little
yeah, yeah,
changes
yeah,
in the
yeah.
Marvel Studios intro.
Yeah, I love how they make those changes like that too. I'm sorry, just virtual off real quick. Which one were you at? AMC or were you at Regal?
AMC.
Okay, so we're gonna get to that part, but I don't know if it was for your theater, but for mine's, they had a whole bunch of Fantastic Four like stuff in the beginning,
Not
like right before, like you know how like the coming attractions come out, and then
well.
you get to the part where you get to
I
Nicole Kidman and stuff.
I've seen the movie twice, and the only thing that they've shown for Fantastic Four was a trailer. But that's about it.
Right, and then well, in my theater, they had like you know how they do the countdown.
Hmm.
They had it like in the Fantastic Four version.
I didn't
See,
have
and
that.
that's and it makes sense because when you get to the end credits, that's why, which is crazy marketing. So I just wanted to say that. And let me know if anybody else has experienced that. Let me know in the comments down below.
That's interesting that you
But
said
yeah,
that though,
yeah, for sure.
because
And
I always figured they kind of showed the same things before each movie. But you're saying that now, and I guess that's not the case.
nah, no, it was different. Like it was like they were I don't know like they were putting it in your face.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four. And I was just thinking, oh yeah, this is a great marketing ploy to get the hype up for the for the Fantastic Four. But no, when you get to the end credits, you see why, because they're going to be detrimental, as we know, going forward in Doomsday War. But we didn't think of it in this concept. But we're gonna keep going. My bad, bro.
No, you're good. So I said it in my out of theater reaction. The whole premise of this movie is dealing with personal trauma, depression,
Mm-hmm.
loneliness, and I think that's why I love this movie so much. Just the fact that it was so different from the other MCU movies. Like
Yeah, it felt different.
it had its dark moments, like when Yelena from the very beginning when she was on top of the skyscraper,
Yeah.
the beginning of the movie, like oh, I've had this emptiness inside me for a long time. I thought it was when my sister died, but no, it was even before that. And then
Right. Right.
where she says it almost feels like a void, and I love that she said
Mm.
that. I love that little detail.
And and I love the fact that she was the one that was Bob's, like, I guess, center, if you want to call it.
I guess
I don't know what you would call it, but
I'm trying to think of like the word for it, but like Yelena's basically Bob's go-to person whenever he's going through these episodes that he has.
yeah, because they were kind of the same
Yeah,
in retrospect, man. Like you said, Yelena was going through this emptiness and stuff that we never really got in like Hawkeye or
yeah.
Black Widow, the movie. And I'm kind of glad it's here because yo, oh my gosh, her arc has been crazy, and I love the fact that she wasn't just a replacement Black Widow.
Yeah.
She's actually her own character, and I
Mhm.
love the fact that it got explored in this movie too.
Yeah, and I like, and that's the other thing too. I like the way how the way this movie was written, how everything like tied up to where we eventually got to meet Bob, aka the Sentry. But before we get to that, Yelena,
Woo,
like we said at the
boy!
beginning, where we saw she was in Malaysia getting rid of information Ox had as far as the Sentry project, as we
Right.
saw in the lab where she was talking to that person she had tied up, which I thought was hilarious how she was talking, giving him
Yo,
the
for real,
monologue.
bro. Like whole
And
therapy session, bro.
it's funny because it shows you how far gone Yelena's gone that she didn't even bother to notice the two shadows that were just in the background. Like, no notice of it at all. Just get rid of this lab and let's get out of here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's like, she was. I think she was trying to get into that part, and then when she couldn't, she was like, "All right, F it, we just gonna blow it up."
And then the scientist came up, and then that whole interaction was kind of funny though.
Yeah, and then that was the thing too. That's how you knew she was slipping, cause like she wouldn't make no mistake like
Oh, oh!
that. Oh,
Before she got to the lab, I love that hallway scene of the over the top shot
oh yeah,
where you just see the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
shadows of the
I'm glad
people
you
that
said
she's
that.
fighting.
Yeah,
That whole hallway scene was pretty cool how they shot that, and like I said, the shadows of what's coming with Void and stuff like that.
and then she was narrating it too, right?
Yeah, she
In the
was.
same time. Okay, okay. And oh my gosh, I just love how it was shot too. I love how this movie was shot, man.
Yeah, especially those parts where we get to Bob's shame room. The shame. Well, the Thunderbolts' shame rooms. We only got to see Yelena's, but everybody else had their own. We obviously we know about Bucky.
Right,
We saw a little bit of John Walker's story in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
bro. They had all the jokes in this one, bro.
Yo, I so let me ask you, do you feel like this is uh their version of the Guardians of the Galaxy but on Earth?
Ooh, because you know what? They're not the Avengers to me.
And that's the funny part of the end credits of B the
Right.
Avengers. Who huh? What?
Huh? What? Oh, all right. Like, yo,
But
they're not the Avengers to me, but they are more like Guardians of the Galaxy. But it's like, yeah, I would say that because I think
it's a bunch of like anti-heroes or like nobodies that come together to form this team that needed to happen at
right,
that
and
time.
and I love the way that they went about it because that was an accident.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing was an accident.
So before Yelena gets to the that vault in that mile deep bunker, she has that
Yeah,
conversation with her dad. Which I think
Guardian. Yeah.
David Harbour and John Walker, like, they were probably the standouts to me in this movie, like as
Oh,
far
for
as
sure.
like
Hilarious.
comedic.
Hilarious.
Yeah. I said it in my out of theater reaction. I wish we got more of Julia Louis Dreyfus's character
Yeah,
before
yeah,
this movie, but
yeah.
it is what it is. We saw. I forgot she was in Wakanda Forever. Honestly, I forgot she was in
Yeah, for
that
like
movie.
2 minutes. Like literally
We
2 minutes.
what else? We got to see her in, I think, Falcon Winter Soldier too, right?
Yeah, like the end
For
credits.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
I think
then
that's where we first saw her, if I'm not mistaken.
the show we completely want to forget about, Secret Invasion. She was in there
Oh,
for a little bit.
oh, was
I
she? Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, she recruited Emilia Clarke's character, and she was
Oh, that's right. But
overpowered.
why she ain't pop up, bro?
But I do like the way that this shows you Julia De Fontaine, how she's calculated in everything she does.
Oh yeah, the court scene, bro.
I I like that scene, but she also brings up a good point about the Avengers are not around. Who's gonna protect the American
Right, and
citizens?
she's not wrong. She's definitely not wrong. We haven't had the any Avengers anything since Endgame, and that was
And
2018.
like 6 years ago.
Yeah,
Because I remember on my memories it came up recently when I literally typed, oh, when Captain America said Avengers Assemble, I felt that shit. That
bro. Bro,
but I do like everybody in this movie, like the way they came together, because they were like I said at the beginning, they were a bunch of nobodies, anti-heroes
right,
that
right. And
Julia
honestly,
basically played all of them.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that because they actually would set up. It's like
Yeah.
as soon as they get to that, as soon
To
as
get rid of Project Sentry stuff, the human trials, and then the other stuff that she was doing, who knows what it is.
crazy, and
And
it is
that was a whole setup of them to take out each other.
right, and like that whole scene when they meet up was pretty freaking dope too. But we also saw that in the trailer too.
Yeah.
And I really loved that whole fight. Honestly, that part did remind me of Avengers, the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
like
The way
well,
they
the
were all
first time.
fighting. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, this is very different because Taskmaster got killed quick.
So out of so only one of them's a super soldier out of, well, two if you want to count Bob. A super with a super soldier serum, and the others are just
Yeah, because
what Ghost is like a, I
nah,
guess
it's
a
like
meta human.
mm,
What would
she's
you?
kind of like Spider Man, where she got affected by something.
It's been a while since I've seen Ant-Man 2, so
Right.
it's been, and that's
Yeah.
another. I also said this in my out of theater reaction where I wish we got something of Ghost before leading into this because we
Yeah,
hadn't
me
seen
too.
her in a
Me
long
too.
time.
Because I really did like her in this movie too. And like you said, I really wish we got more of her in one of the movies. Because she's just been doing work for Fontaine. You
Yeah, and
know,
they did say that she was a Shield operative gone rogue.
something like that. Something like that.
Excuse me.
Something like that. And yeah, like I said, I'm just surprised at how fast Taskmaster went out. And I'm wondering if they were listening to the fans because a lot of fans did not was not feeling this Taskmaster.
I
But
did say when it did happen, well, to myself, like, oh, is this a way for them to get a new Taskmaster
I
in
was
the
going to ask
MCU?
you that because the original is Tony Masters. I think that's his name. So I was going to ask you, do you think we're going to get that like
I
after
would
the
like to see a proper Taskmaster because I know, and I don't remember what I said to you in the chat. Like the way they handled the Taskmaster was hilarious.
bro? Just the fact that she didn't die like a blaze of glory is kind of like,
Ghost just dome shot her.
yeah, like it was quick, like nothing. And then you see John Walker taking her shit. Like,
Like, oh, she want me to have this.
oh yeah, she gonna get that. Don't worry about it. And then on the top of that, bro, the scene where they all about to get incinerated and go, they figure out a way to
Oh
get
yeah.
Ghost to the other side so she can open the door. I didn't think she was gonna open that door.
I also laughed when Walker said on your left when Yelena was trying to defuse the thing so Ghost could get through.
Oh, he did. I didn't
Yeah,
even realize that.
he
Oh
said
shit.
on your left, and he broke the power for
Oh, I didn't even hear
sound.
that. Well, I'm
Yeah,
gonna watch it again tomorrow. So yeah. Okay, I gotta look out for that. I got you. Yo, when they all get it, the elevator scene,
mm.
when they all get up there, fucking.
Before leading into that, we got to see a little bit of Bob's powers when the room was about to get incinerated, and then her
Oh
and
yeah, his
Yelena
eyes were.
somehow
Yeah.
her and Yelena somehow ended up holding hands, and then we got to see a little bit of Yelena's backstory.
Right, which was pretty crazy. Like, and it all had to do with her setting up one of her friends or something.
Yeah, former black Red
Red
Room
Room operative,
trainee.
or yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, and she feels very guilty about that, which is something new because we never knew anything about that. So that's definitely something new. But yeah, and that just to go to show you from the beginning that this is gonna be like they have a connection, Bob and Yelena, and it made sense because they were kind of at the same point.
It's funny the way they were interacting with each other. Like, I have this, darkness. What do you do with it? And Yelena goes, "Oh, you just shove it deep down. Deep down in there."
Said, no. We gotta bring it.
And that's where it ties into later in the movie, which we'll get to eventually. But
Right. Which, oh my gosh. Um,
them climbing up the elevator was funny though. When they got up to the point, like, "Oh, what now?"
so I didn't think this far.
Also, when John tried to jump up to see how high it was, and he just fell straight down
Yo,
with no.
oh my god, bro. The fact he fell on his ass though, that was hilarious. And honestly, I ain't gonna hold you. He kind of was a prick that this whole.
He was, but then he softened up eventually.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Especially when he got his ass whooped by fucking Century too, bro.
The way he was just called Bob, Bobby, Bob.
Right.
Jeez, Bob, at least I
Oh
didn't say your
man,
name, Bob.
bro. Oh, but we gotta talk about his first display of power though. Oh, well, I mean second. I'm sorry. When
When they
when they
got
all
up,
shoot him,
yeah.
bro,
And it it's
bro.
funny because me and you, I don't know if we talked about light with this with light skin as well about how they were gonna portray Sentry slash Void in the MCU because we said it before, or I said it in the out of theater. This is essentially the Marvel's Superman.
Yeah, and you know what? They did not disappoint. And I tell you what, I'm very impressed with Marvel right now because of the way that they did it. They didn't nerf him. They showed him full display of his powers, bro, to a certain degree. And I love even like the way he got dealt with. I love that they didn't like kill him
Um,
or something crazy like that. You know what I mean?
did you also notice when they were in DC with Bucky and all that stuff, how the Washington Monument was still damaged from Brave New World?
Oh, nah, I didn't see that.
So when you watch it again tomorrow, when
Okay,
I forgot what particular scene, it's like in the very beginning of the movie,
okay.
you see the Washington Monument, and you see like the side where Red Hulk was like falling down from when he was
Oh,
chasing
right,
Sam.
when he okay, got
You'll
I'm
see
gonna check
like a
that.
certain part of the building like being rebuilt,
Gotcha. Okay, I'll check that out.
and it's funny that they did mention Red Hulk, which
I was
happened,
about right.
which shows I think this movie takes place within the same year probably.
It has to, because yeah, it has to. I probably say like a few months compared
Yeah,
to right. But see, but that was my issue too, and I think I said that in the Captain America.
fries are done.
Huh? Oh.
Fries.
Nah, but it's like I think I said this like in the last review we did for Brave New World. I wish we would have got like you said too. I wish we would have had more of these characters being shown in different projects, like especially Cap, because we didn't see Falcon really be Cap until his show. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
kind of if he would have popped up here, I felt like that would have been dope too to keep that continuity in. You know what I
See,
mean?
and the other thing people are gonna have questions is like, where were the other people when the Void was making people disappear?
And this is what I'm
Where was
right.
Spider Man? Where was Daredevil? Where was
Right,
these
exactly.
characters?
Like what was happening? Where does this fit in with Born Again? You know?
Did you also notice? Because this is a little bit after the. Well, we'll go back to Sentry's first display of power when after he gets shot, you see his eyes change colors, and then he goes flying in the air.
Yo, that oh my god, that was
I
crazy.
wasn't expecting the impact that it had when he landed,
Yeah,
where
it was a big crater.
that was insane.
Yeah, that was a literal big crater. And he didn't get hurt at all.
No, unscathed.
Yo, and it's crazy because
He
nobody in
he
the
hit it with
Avengers
so
had that
much.
kind of power.
Yeah, I was gonna say he hit it with so much power that Julie Fontaine's area where they were at, they got bombarded with that, and then
Yeah.
Wyatt Russell, U.S. agent and
Right.
Yelena and Ghost got impacted by that as well.
Yeah, and it's like, and that's why I got to give it to Marvel for this one because they did not nerf his power at all. They
No,
put full display.
and
Like this is
they
Marvel
usually do that
Superman.
with characters. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like what they usually do with characters, they usually nerf the hell out of them, but not this one. Nah, he. And I think it's gonna be, and you know what? Honestly, I think they did that because it's gonna show how much Doom is going to be, a greater
Yes.
threat Doom is going to
Yes.
be.
That. Yes. I'm glad you brought that up.
And I feel like that's the only reason why they did that, to show that Doom is really gonna be a problem.
Yeah, because if he handles Sentry with no problem, that shows you right then and there how strong Doom is.
Right. And how is that gonna
But I don't know. But going
look?
back
Ooh.
to
Yeah, going back to them, right.
after we saw Julie Fontaine take Sentry to the New York Watchtower,
Yeah.
we saw Yelena get picked up by her dad, which I thought that scene was hilarious. She's like, "Oh no, oh my god."
My dad.
Yelena, it's your
In the full
dad.
red Guardian suit, by
Yeah,
the way.
yeah. Julian Fontaine is gonna incinerate you.
So can you keep it down, please?
I love that whole scene of them in the limo talking about
Oh
what
my
was going
god,
on,
bro.
and
Holy
then they get bombarded by the squad that Mel sent after them, and then, oh, don't worry, I'll activate defense, and then Genuine's pony started playing. I'm like, what are we doing?
right. And then he said it's kind of bulletproof. And then you got U.S. agents just using the shield to block the
I like that though.
yeah. That was dope. And then Bucky came in, bro. Oh, we gotta talk about the Bucky side of this, bro.
Yeah,
Like, I liked his role too. That he was trying to get rid of Miss Fontaine. She was trying to
and
get rid of the character.
this Bucky, as far as his political career, he's, if I remember correctly, a month and a half in.
Or something like that. And
Yeah,
I guess it's done now, right?
and then he's trying to pass a bill as well.
Was he? I didn't
Yeah,
hear.
and
I
I'm just curious of like how that plays with Fisk as well, and then Bucky over here in Brooklyn. How does
Yeah, how does that get with each other? Yeah, yeah. Is that even gonna link up at some point too?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But even like he's trying to get things, and I like this too because he's trying to get things done. The
By the
political side,
books, yeah,
and it's not really working, or it's trying to because he's trying to what's the word? He's trying to get Eric Fontaine's assistant to flip on her.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So he's trying to do that, but then he also goes after the Thunderbolts too, and I felt like that was pretty dope too when he came in.
yeah. That whole sequence of Winter Soldier esque Bucky
Yeah, yeah,
was
yeah. And
insane.
I missed that. Oh my gosh, I missed
Especially the part where yo, when he pulled up to that last car and grabbed the shotgun, and then the way he cocked it, I'm like, that's Terminator 2 right there,
that.
bro. That's
Yo,
Terminator 2. And then he
bro.
shot the cable, he grabbed it and just punched the ground and
Wow.
meow.
And then he flipped the car too, bro.
Yo,
The limo.
when he shot the device to on the limo, and then John Walker, ah, shit, boom.
Bucky? That was fucking that was amazing, bro. Oh my gosh.
and
Yeah,
then
go
right
ahead.
after that, we got to see uh Sentry talk with Julia about what the whole situation was going on with him, because from what I know, Bob doesn't remember things after he's the Sentry slash Void, right?
Right, he doesn't remember, nah.
Okay.
But I thought it was cool that we kind of saw Fontaine's backstory a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't think we were gonna get that, but
Yeah, I didn't think so either, and I'm glad we did. I'm glad we did because we
I
know a little
I
bit more
was
about her
I was watching the new Rockstars Easter eggs and stuff, and they said the backstory is a little different from the comics, but
now. Oh yeah, I'm not.
I don't know much about the
Yeah,
character
I
like
don't
that.
either. Yeah, I don't know either. I ain't gonna
But
lie.
I just kind of wish we had more of her before leading into this.
You know what? I think we might because
Well,
she
going
kind of
forward,
is
yeah,
the Nick Fury
yeah,
of
because
the New Avengers,
she did
technically.
what with Thunderbolt Ross was trying to do with Sam,
Right,
eventually
exactly. So
form a
it's
team.
oh wait. Oh man, let's wait to the end because I do want to bring that up. But
Okay.
we'll wait to the end. Because I do want to bring up the fact that Bucky did ask Sam
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a end credit.
to
We'll talk
be
about that.
right, and
Yeah.
I forgot about that, so that's my fault. But we'll talk about that when we get to the end. What happened after that? I know I know Winter Soldier tied them up and stuff.
Yeah.
So
But
I went to the bathroom to that part. So
okay.
I don't.
So
Yeah,
they were discussing about what they were doing, and then Bucky didn't believe him because they're all bad guys.
right.
But then
Naturally.
Mel called Bucky, telling her what was going on with Bob, the Watchtower in New York,
Mm.
and it's funny because they all were saying Bob, which was hilarious. And then Bucky's like, "What's his name, Bob?" And then they're like, "Bob."
Oh shit! See, I gotta see that tomorrow, bro. Okay, I got you.
And I when I was doing watching the new Rockstars,
Mhm.
they pointed out how the Avengers Tower is looking like the Sentry Tower like he has in the comics.
Yeah, bro.
that which I thought
Uh,
was. I wonder if we're still gonna get that.
I don't know because I don't even know. Well, we know Tony's dead, but I don't even know if we're gonna get like a Iron Man type character after this. And that's the thing. That's good questions because I don't know what's gonna happen after
Yeah, because
this. You know?
technically Julia owns the building because she
Yeah, if
bought
I'm
it.
not mistaken. Yeah, she owns the building now, so it's like, and technically that is the Avengers Tower still. Technically,
Well, it's called the Watchtower now.
right? Exactly. But technically, it's kind of is still Avengers Tower. Technically. So
And I
man,
think I think then right after that we get to the point where they show up to New York and then just drive into the building and start taking out all
oh
those
yeah, that was a dope scene too. And then Erica was like, "Yo, hey, y'all ain't even had the
yeah,
door open.
I had
Come
the
on."
door unlocked for you.
Yeah, it's like, "Oh,
But
all
I
right."
the interaction I thought was funny where Red Guardian and Bucky were talking like, "Oh, what kind of super serum did you get?" "Oh, I don't know, the regular
I
kind, the
got the
Hydra
regular
kind."
one, the Hydra.
I Oh, Hydra, fancy.
Yo, that was hilarious too. But bro, we got to talk about this, bro. When Bob comes out, full century gear, bro.
Bro,
One of the best looking suits in Marvel,
I hold I agree.
bro. Oh,
Probably the best one they've had recently in a long
oh my
time.
gosh! And I love how they just. I love how they said that they dyed his hair blonde. They didn't make his
Because
hair like
it's
yeah,
supposed to be like what the people what
for
they
one,
find as a yeah.
right, bro, bro. This I can't say the word, but this man,
I think that's probably hands down the best scene out of the whole movie.
yo, this man disrespected the Thunderbolts, bro. They were
I feel
trying
like
to
he
come at him.
disrespected Bucky even more than anybody, bro.
Yo, son, blocked his head. Get
Grabbed
the
his
shit out
hand,
of here,
took it off, and hit him with his own hand, which is disrespectful.
bro. Disrespect, bro. And like we said this before we recorded, homie threw Red Guardian out, bro. Brought him back with the force, and then threw this dude to the liquor, bro. And they're trying to cut him with knives and guns, and it's not
Bro.
doing shit.
Mm.
I, yo,
And
that
that was just a glimpse. That wasn't even full power, bro.
this is what I'm saying. And he's not fighting no Thor.
He's fighting two super soldiers,
Right, two super soldiers, two
or
assassins.
assassins. Yeah,
Yeah, and one of them could phase through stuff, and that didn't even matter because he brought her right out of the shit. I'm like,
he grabbed her
bro,
right out of thin air, like whoa.
get the shit out of here, bro. Bro,
Oh,
oh
I
my
think he grabbed Ghost and somebody else at the same time, and just threw them right
or something like that. Yeah, bro.
when
Jeez,
Bucky shot at him. He stopped it, and then he just put sent it right back to Bucky, and then John Walker got him right in
bro,
front and stopped it.
bro. I love the fact that I love how they did it because they did not nerf him, bro.
Made U.S. Agent Shield a taco, like John Walker
Bro,
said.
oh my god, bro. He
now,
made that shit like a tortilla chip, bro.
now,
Nice.
I wonder since we got vibranium in Brave New World, is John Walker gonna get a new shield with vibranium?
Oh, you mean animagic?
I'm about adamantium.
Yeah, yeah. Oh. I feel like you need
He
to.
needs a
I
new
feel like,
shield.
especially got a Fantastic Four coming, bro. You gonna need that vibrator, bro. You got to. You got to. You got
So
to. Oh wait. Oh, because remember in the comics, I think Cap Shield is made out of vibranium and adamantium, and they put it together.
I thought it was always adamantium
I thought it was too, but no, I think it's vibranium too. I could be wrong. I gotta look it up. I could be wrong.
or a mix of both. Who knows? Like you said.
But still, what if they do that for because if they're really gonna make US Agent the new cat per se, why not give him a shield that got both adamantium and vibranium?
And it's funny too, because now thinking about it after watching the movie, it makes sense why they're all on the Avengers lineup,
Yeah.
especially what happens in this movie. And before we get into that,
Yeah.
I think this is probably the deepest conversation we've had in a Marvel movie in a while, where Yelena and her dad were talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
that year that they didn't talk to each other.
Oh yeah,
and
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 yes,
Alexi basically
yes.
said, "I didn't know you wanted me or you needed me, but
And to be fair,
I'm here now, and
right,
I'm
right,
here."
right. And to be fair, she always kind of had that attitude, like
Yeah,
I really don't
exactly.
want you around. So it's like, bro, you can't be mad at me for thinking
Oh man, and then just going back to their first conversation about you know them talking and discussing about when they were happy, the last time they were happy,
that.
and
Oh yeah.
that
I, I
that
forgot
shit
about it.
that shit kind of hit hard home. I'm like, damn, bro. Like that's how I
Said,
feel
yeah.
now. Like when was the last time I was happy, man?
Said, yo, when y'all was little, y'all was trying out for the Thunderbolts, bro. Like that's where they got the name from. It's crazy. Yeah, man. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I think this is one of the first times I've ever liked the third act more than I liked the first two
I
acts.
I agree. I think the
Which
third
is
act is
funny
probably
for
the
me.
yeah.
Right. Like not to say the first two acts were bad, but this third act,
It just ties it all together perfectly.
yeah, like even when Century becomes the void. And we thought we were and he's not killing people. When he
No,
dusted the people, he's not killing them. And I thought he
he's
was.
sending them to their shame rooms.
Right. And it's like, damn.
And it's almost like similar to what Strange did to Loki, where he was just constantly falling, and then they're just
Right.
constantly reliving their personal traumas or their living
Right.
ends.
Which would have been crazy, but what if Doctor Strange pulled up, bro?
Mm. See that,
Oh
and that's the thing. What like overall, I enjoyed the movie, and I'm not gonna bash it or
yeah.
whatever. But I feel like something like this probably should have had a couple characters involved, or like a cameo or something.
Yeah, like give me some Spider-Man. Like what was Spider-Man during this time? You know what I'm saying? Like what was Doctor Strange at? Where's Wong at? Like what is happening, bro? Where's Shang-Chi?
Yeah.
Where's Hulk? Like, where they at? What we doing?
Um, when Alexi and Yelena were having that conversation about, her wanting to be on the soccer team of her being a goalie, besides not wanting to run, she wanted, people to rely on her.
Right, and it kind of happened too, like in this movie as well, because Bob needed her. You know what I mean? And that's when she realized it. And I love how she stepped out and willingly got dusted, well, sent to the room, and she figured it out. And she was able to get to Bob and talk to Bob. And I was like, damn.
And
And
then
then
eventually the
everybody else
other,
came
yeah,
in. Oh,
and then that confrontation with him in the void, him facing his inner darkness,
yeah.
and
Oh,
I'm bro,
bro.
I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. Just the fact that Yelena was the first one to quote unquote hold him, tell him it's
It's gonna
okay.
be okay.
I'm
Yeah.
here for you. And then
You
everybody else started joining up. Bro, I was just like,
Yeah, bro.
uh,
And you know what though, man? I really love how, like you said, this was really like a movie about like mental health and loneliness and things of that nature. And it's like when Bob was beating up his void self, it's kind of like how we do with ourselves. Like we are our own worst enemies the most. And I feel like they did the mental health thing with Bob more here than they did in the comics. I could be
yeah.
wrong, guys. For those of you that do read like avidly, but from what I've read of Century, I feel like the MCU kind of did it really great with how they handled Bob's mental illness to a certain degree. And
And
yeah,
and
yeah,
this shows you the continuation of the talks that they had through Winter Soldier. I mean, not Winter Soldier, Brave New World about the
yeah.
super serum, like what it does to certain people. Look what it did to who's Red Skull. Look what happened.
Right.
Uh,
Chris Evans.
look,
I mean,
Chris
well, yeah.
Evans, Steve Rogers.
Steve, right.
Um, damn, I'm blanking on the
Bucky,
character's name. Bucky.
Red
Who's another one?
Guardian,
Red Guardian. You
uh,
look what happened to Bob.
Bob too.
His darker side has powers now, and who Isaiah. There you go. It took me
Oh,
a while to
Isaiah
remember
Bradley. Yeah, yeah.
Isaiah's
Oh,
name.
yeah. True, true,
Like it
true.
has effects on people differently depending on their character.
Right, and I love that, and I love how the super soldier serum is so detriment, especially now. And I love how it's evolved. Like it's making a Superman level character out
It's
here.
funny how that's like one of those things that was introduced in the first Avenger,
Yeah,
and then we never got mention of a super soldier serum ever again until like
right.
Falcon and Winter Soldier when they were dealing with that with I
Right.
forgot the name of the group or whatever it was.
I forgot something like that. But yeah, no, it is true, and that's when it came back to fold. So now it's evolved to a fact that, like I said, they're making Superman level characters out here. Like,
And it shows you that Julia has a serum that works.
which I wanted to talk about that too. So that's my thing. I don't think they even. Well, now
Well,
that,
now
well,
yeah, now
remember,
that
because
Bob
right.
quote unquote lived because he was supposed to be dead.
I was about to say that, yeah, because he was a failed experiment supposedly, but no, he lived. So he was the only survived test subject. So what are they gonna do with that
Mm.
going forward? Like,
And honestly, it's funny because little hints at the post credit. I think Yelena's group is the stronger group just because of Bob. Honestly,
oh, for sure. Like, all they need is Bob, and that's it. They're not gonna do shit. Like, what is Susan going? Well, you know what? Susan could probably. Mm, I, you know what? I
see,
wouldn't be surprised if we get a fight with the second.
and
I wouldn't be surprised.
we'll wait till the
Yeah, we
spoiler.
went to the end. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But after the whole situation with them, taking Bob out of the shame room, Julia was setting up this whole press conference of them saving the city, which essentially they did.
Yeah,
And
and
she
that's
basically
the
said,
beauty of it. Like,
"These are the new Avengers." And when that happened, I lost my shit.
yo, I did too because I didn't expect that. I
So
hold on.
now it makes sense why
They had the
the
asterisk.
Thunderbolt has an asterisk on it.
Yeah, and it's like,
And
but I
and
didn't expect
I don't know
New
if you know
Avengers.
this now, but they're starting to change the name of the movie to the New Avengers.
Really?
I saw an image of them changing from the Thunderbolts to the New Avengers. So whoever's on marketing on this is a goddamn genius.
Yo, for real. To call it Thunderbolts as a temporary
Let me
name, so
let me see
after
if
the
I
movie
let me
comes
see if I
out,
can pull it up because I saw it on Twitter before we jumped on.
oh my gosh. Like, but see, and this is the Marvel that I love. Like, y'all like, listen,
Look,
I can't, I'm not the
okay.
one. Yeah.
So before you get into that, I just
Yeah,
want to
yeah, yeah. Go
say
ahead.
Brave New World should have stuck with what they were doing. They shouldn't have changed stuff around just because of a
Oh, for sure.
conflict that was happening in the world.
Yeah. Like, they should have kept that.
Like
100%.
y'all touched on topics like this before in the MCU, but
It wasn't an issue. So why is
just
it an issue now?
because there wasn't something happening at the time, you were okay with it. But now that something's happening, you're like, okay, we got to push back from this, change this whole movie around. Like I'm not, like I said, we said before, like Brave New World wasn't the greatest, it wasn't the worst. It
Yeah,
was
it
an
wasn't
okay
the best,
movie.
wasn't the worst. It was serviceable, but it could have been a lot better from what we had heard from before. Yeah, sure. Um, no. So I wanted to say, like, so listen, I'm not on that train where some people will sit there and be like, "Yo, Marvel's dead," stuff like that. Marvel lost its touch, whatever, whatever. Yeah, for Phase 4 and 5 were not the greatest. 100% understand. But remember, these people gave us like 10 years of consistent shit. Like, I don't know any other movie studio that's done that. I really don't. Consistently for 10 years,
Oh, you're
gave
not
us this
wrong.
whole epic saga. I feel like we need to give Marvel a little bit of grace with that. But that being said, this movie was awesome, and I love how this was the type of movie we needed in Phase 4.
I agree.
This is that type of movie, bro. Because not only did you link what's going to happen in the future, but you also dealt with real life stuff, and then you introduced a character that is damn near Superman level.
And they did a good job of translating him into live action, honestly.
Yeah, and it's almost beat for beat the same way in the comics.
I also liked how when Julia was introducing him, she said the word Earth's mightiest hero.
And said like, "Yo, he is as strong or stronger than all the Avengers combined, bro."
Yeah.
And that
I
was
also liked how after that fight with the Thunderbolts, how they were having that conversation about oh, why should I listen to you? You know, I'm a god. You know, and then
Like, yeah, what is it? Yo, and then she tried to, and I think she had a detonation switch for him, right?
she had a
Yeah, she had a
switch for
fail
him.
safe. Which, you know what? I love that because I feel like, yo, that's what y'all need. A dangerous weapon like that, you have to have a fail safe. You're too powerful to be walking out here when you ain't got no fail safe. Like that's crazy.
And
But and then
even when that happened, look what happened when this when it happened.
the
You unleashed
void
the
came
void.
out, bro.
Yeah,
And I love how they did the void, bro. He was just pitch black, bro. And all you
I
saw was just eyes. That's it.
I did like that though. I was wondering how they were gonna like do that.
Right. And I love how they did it. It was awesome. It was definitely awesome. And yo, oh my gosh. All right, can we get to that credits, my boy?
Yeah, go ahead, go for
All
it.
right, we gotta get. Now the first one is two of them. Now the first one was the Ouija box. That was funny as hell. With Red Guardian.
I'm just downloading this picture so I could show it to you
Show it.
right
Okay,
here.
cool. So I mean, that was funny. It was really cool, but that ain't shit compared to what we gonna talk about now. So
Bro, bro,
I gotta set the scene, bro. Hold
like
on, I gotta set the scene. Let me set the scene.
real quick. I don't think there's a post credit scene that made me more excited than that.
Oh,
Honestly,
for sure, for sure.
oops, wrong one.
What was it like? A minute or two?
It felt like two
Yeah, it
minutes,
felt like a
honestly.
minute or two because it was established. So it's wait, did they give us a time skip? Because I think
It
it was
was 14 months after the end of the movie.
okay, 14 months after. So a lot's happened,
Yeah,
and I want to get a movie on that. Like what happened during them 14 months? Like that's what I want to know. So we get to they all come out, they all chilling, having a good time. We got a couple of new suits. A
yeah.
lot of them
Well,
got new suits, which I love.
I love Bucky's.
Yeah, because he has it closer to
Yeah,
his
he's
thing in
got
the
the Winter
comics.
Soldier star on his
Right. Which was pretty cool. And even US Agent, he got a new suit, but he doesn't wear the helmet. He has like this green beret hat type thing on. And I wanted to bring up this now because I wanted to bring it up before, but
There you go.
oh, there we go. Oh,
They're
they
starting to
started
change
doing that.
it. Yeah.
Wow, oh, that's awesome. I wonder if they're gonna. I wonder if they're gonna. Hmm. So I wonder if when the DVD comes out, are they gonna make it a new
That's a
Avengers?
good question. I don't know. But notice how it has the asterisk in front of the new Avengers.
Ooh, ooh,
What does that mean?
what? Ooh,
Oh, and we talked about this before, and we'll get into the uh post
hmm.
credit.
Yeah.
Um, because we talked about it a little bit at the beginning about what's going to be the Avengers lineup, and I said this in the chat with Lightskin as well. We might get a West Coast Avengers and the East Coast Avengers.
Well, I believe it now, especially with this happening now.
Yeah, because
Um, yeah.
when we were doing Battlefront 2 today, before we started doing a live on that, we were
Go
talking
check that out,
about
y'all. Stream's already out. Go check
yeah, which by the way, happy May the 4th to anyone. We love Star Wars around here, just pointing that out.
it out. Yes, we.
Shang-Chi, Kamala, and Kate Bishop are all in on the west side. As
Yes,
far as we know.
as far as we know. Well, we know what's the name is the actually no, we do because I think they said it in Born Again, did they not?
Well, She-Hulk, we don't know if they're going to address that or not. That's another one.
Right. That's because I'm not sure she's gonna show up in Doomsday. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
Okay. Oh, damn. That's great. All right, got
But yeah, we
you.
got a couple characters already outside on the West Coast.
True. Hawkeye's out there too, right?
I I don't remember.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
don't remember either.
But it sucks that he's not coming back for season 2 of Hawkeye because they didn't want to pay him what he got for the
And
first
rightfully
season.
so. Like, nah, bro. Like, you gonna
This
cut
man almost died. You're not gonna
right,
pay him?
right.
Well, technically he died for a little bit, but come on.
Yo, this man went through
The
his own
OG
like
Avenger,
end
you're
game,
not gonna
bro.
pay him?
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, so how you gonna pay me half, bro?
But neither here
You
or
out of your
there.
mind? Yeah, that's neither here nor there.
Back to the post credit.
Yeah. So, no, no. What I wanted to bring up was that Bucky did go to
Sam.
Sam
Yeah.
and asked him, "Yo, come on the team,
And it's weird how Sam said no though.
Probably because he knows that all of the other Avengers are killers. Probably, and it just maybe.
I mean, if you want to do that by association, Tony Stark is a killer with all the weapons he made.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
I
Right, right. And then he got Bob. So I don't know if he heard of, if he saw Bob and he was like, I don't know about
honestly,
that.
if I saw Bob and the other Avengers, I'm like, you guys can call whatever you guys want.
He's
You
like,
know,
shit. What you need, my guy?
call
You need
yourself
some
the
Gatorade, bro? I
Thunderbolts or
got you, bro.
whatever.
So yeah, but no, that is a very good question, though, Bugs. Like, why did he say no?
Uh,
That's mm,
and I think Ant-Man might be on that team. Falcon's going to be on that team.
right,
Shang-Chi's going to be on that team for sure, I think.
right.
Strange, I don't know. That's a toss
That's a
up.
question mark. Yeah, that's a big question. Oh, maybe Wong,
I didn't
because
want
he
to.
is. Mm,
What if something happens to Wong and then we eventually get Stephen Strange as the Sorcerer Supreme as it was intended?
oh, wait a minute. Hold on, my guy. What if it's Doom?
That's insane. Oh,
Because he is Sorcerer Supreme now
I
in the comics.
I just thought of something too in that post credit. What team are the Fantastic Four going to side with? The ones I'm guessing with the ones in New York since they're from New York in their time or their universe.
You honestly, bro, I feel like they're gonna fight first.
You think so? We might get that.
Yeah, because they're gonna be like, yo. Well, it depends on.
Oh, Lightskin just brought up a good point. Wonder Man.
Ooh, right.
He also said he's building the Young Avengers, in my opinion. Sam.
You know that could be why. What's up, light skin, my guy?
I
Um,
think the next show is Ironheart, right?
yes, because that's coming out
Okay.
in June. So yeah, so that's like a month away,
So we gotta see how that plays out.
right? Because she
Um,
might be on that team as well. So
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
because I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
remember where Riri was at originally in Wakanda Forever. Where was she at? Do
I
you
think she was
remember?
in college.
No, I know she was in college, but like, do you know what area she was in? Was she New York, somewhere else?
No, I think it was Chicago. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Chicago. If I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. I don't know. But I ain't gonna hold you, bro. When I saw that Fantastic Four shit, bro, I was like,
Yo,
oh, I lost my shit.
my theater went a little crazy because I'm not gonna lie, that post credit made me excited for Fantastic Four because
Right.
we know they end up in this the 616 universe, but we just don't know how.
And now we know. Which is like, oh my. I thought we were going to see like Doom or something, but no, we saw the Fantastic.
That's what I thought originally. Like when they said interdimensional rift, I'm like,
Right.
oh shit, they're gonna show Doom, and then no, it was the Fantastic Four spaceship.
And
Who?
that's my question. Uh oh. You
Wait,
cooking? You cooking?
wait.
Uh oh.
What if Doom is on that ship as well? Because we don't know how Doom gets to this point into the MCU where we're gonna get this multiversal
Ooh.
war. Yeah.
I got a theory, and it's gonna be kind of messed up. What if they actually killed those Fantastic Four,
That's crazy.
and then the new
Mm.
Fantastic Four will be from the
So
MCU?
those are the ones that we saw were variants of of the Fantastic Four.
That-
We're gonna.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, we are still dealing with variants, so
If that's the oh my god oh because if Doom kills him, then he comes to the 616, and then we actually get the Fantastic Four here, but their powers will be new since they just
so
came back from 616.
if I remember right, Brave New World and Thunderbolts were the only movies coming out this year, right?
Yes, memory serves me correct. Yes, yes, yeah.
See, I'm just curious of how Doomsday is gonna
Oh wait,
unplay.
no, Fantastic Four.
You're right,
I'm sorry, I'm bugging. No, I'm bugging too because
but
I forgot
I
about
feel like,
Fantastic Four.
because something has to happen in Fantastic Four leading into Doomsday. You just can't jump into Doomsday, and I don't know. I have
Yeah,
questions leading into Doomsday.
because we're supposed to get Doomsday 26, right?
Yes, the same week we're supposed to get GTA 6. Crazy
Just
timeline.
crazy, bro. Like, you supposed to have it this year, nigga.
Yeah, in the next couple of weeks we're supposed to have it, but no.
Right. That's the hit up there. Anyway, we go on and on about that too, because I'm still pissed about that. But I mean,
But I
I
will
mean,
say that like I said before, that post credit scene has probably made me excited for any Marvel movie that we've had for a while, honestly.
oh, for sure, for sure. You know, and I'm just, what happened for them to get to be on the end credits of
Something happened with them between Galactus, I'm sure, in
it
the movie
has,
that
and that's the thing. Is Galactus following them?
mm, see that there's more questions than answers.
And if that's the case, are we gonna see the Sentry fight Galactus?
That would be crazy.
Bro, I don't even know if you got enough movie budget for that, bro. What is that even gonna look like?
Doomsday is supposed to be like 2.5 hours,
Right.
and Secret Wars is supposed to be like 3 hours. I just mm,
Mm. Mm.
questions.
Because now I'm just thinking about all of this possible stuff now. Like, oh shit, okay.
What the hell's
Shoot
going on over
firecracker.
there? The
Oh, you
drums of
heard something?
liberation. What, Luffy?
I was like, oh, well,
Yeah,
they fighting Kizaru, bro. What's happening?
yeah, I heard that. I was like, what's going on over there?
I was like, I hope it was a good shot. Nah, that's Bucky and them right now, bro. They fighting. They fighting the Fantastic Four right now, bro. They fighting them right now, bro. It's just Glocks, bro. There's only got.
Let me
Oh
see.
my god, that's hilarious. Oh, but
Fantastic
yeah.
Four comes out in June, right?
Let me
Or
check.
July.
Let me check real quick. I think so. Let me check. Let me check real quick. Oh, that was hilarious. Oh,
Pop, 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 pop. What's that?
they shooting.
Fireworks.
He's shooting.
So, anyways, I started blasting.
Bam, bam. The Sentry comes out. He just starts flying at Galactus, and I'm just sitting there shooting with the shot with the 12 gauge, bro. It's not doing nothing, bro. Nothing.
Mm.
Oh, let me check now.
Do you
Fantastic.
think Doomsday and Secret War is gonna be on the same level as Endgame, where the crowd's gonna be going crazy? Because I feel like since Endgame, there hasn't been like that build up to this point.
Ooh. And you know it's crazy. I feel like this movie and then Fantastic Four are gonna have to be those stepping stones to start that. I feel like people won't get excited until Fantastic Four comes out. Hold on, it's coming out. Yo, July 25th. That's when it's coming out.
Okay, so we got a little bit.
Yeah, we
Okay.
got the top. Yeah, actually, no, that's a great question. Because people haven't really been excited about Marvel in a very long time. You know, it is what it
I
is.
think Thunderbolts was probably the one movie I was excited to see for a long time, honestly.
Yeah, like even people like John Campea and Christian Harloff, like this was like their number one excitement.
I haven't. I think the Real Rejects said so as well, but I haven't kept up with their spoiler talk
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
all
I
that
haven't either.
stuff.
I have to watch that too. But yeah, I mean, and it I feel like it knocked it out the park for expectations because this was fire. This was hot fire
It's
right
funny because when I went on Thursday, it was like a 2 o'clock showing, and then
here. Yeah.
there were some people in there.
Oh yeah, like even mine. I went like at 10 last night, and it was packed, bro, packed. You know, I had to watch it in IMAX, so you already know. You know what I'm
And
saying?
yeah, and then when I watched it again with my mom on Saturday,
Uh-huh.
the theater was somewhat full as well.
Okay, okay, okay. What's the? Do you know the budget for it?
I have no idea. You know what's funny? I never looked into the details about that, and
Yeah,
like we
because
usually do that with other movies, but this one in particular, I did not do that, which is weird.
right, because I'm wondering if this is gonna make its money back or
I
like.
mean, it's already made almost 200 mil just from
Oh, so all right, never mind.
domestic
All right,
and overseas, which I
all right.
still don't know when it still has to release in other markets.
Right. I mean, well, I mean, if it's already in 200 million already, then it's safe to say that they're gonna make more, make its money and more.
Oh, so it's about to make its money back almost in the first week.
So yeah, okay. And there's nothing coming out. Yeah, there's nothing.
So
Mm,
yeah, with a reported budget of 180 million.
hold on, because I think Superman is up next, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Well, um it's Mission Impossible, then
Oh, I
How to
forgot.
Train
Oh
Your
yeah.
Dragon,
Okay.
Final Destination, Park, the next one maybe. I don't quote me.
Okay. Honestly, I'm looking it up right now. Okay.
Cuz I
Well,
know,
Sinners is still gonna be making this
yeah,
money. So,
I know nothing huge comes out this week besides that Josh Hartnett movie I want to watch with
oh
him on the
wait,
plane.
right. Oh no. I forgot Predator coming out like November, so I ain't gotta worry about that.
Yeah, that's like later in the year
Yeah, that's like later. We ain't worried about that. Dang, I'm trying to find the date.
for which one?
All the comic, Superman.
Oh, Superman's July 11th.
It is okay. Movies
And
2025.
I think the week after that is Jurassic Park, and then the week after that is Fantastic Four.
And that's the thing. I mean, do you think they're gonna make money? That's the question.
I don't know. I know I'm watching each of those movies though.
Me too. Me too. Do I have to watch the previous Jurassic Parks to understand this one?
It's supposed to be a new movie, so no.
Oh, so yeah. Okay, got you,
Well, the
got you.
original Jurassic Park, yes, because they're going to the test site for the original Jurassic Park where they made the original dinosaurs.
Oh, okay. So okay, got you. Yeah, other than that, I mean, yeah. And then we, like you said, we got
Oh
Super
wait,
and
how could I forget? 28 years later.
oh shoot,
That's the
yeah.
next
Okay,
couple months coming pretty
so
soon.
that's a
So
lot of movies in between, man.
yeah,
That's really a lot of movies.
I like I said, I don't know if Thunderbolts or whatever you want to call it, New Avengers at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know, because like I said, Mission Impossible is in 2 weeks, and there's really nothing coming out
Oh
this
shoot,
week coming up.
yeah. Okay, yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, I feel like it's gonna make bank. I feel like because the last one that came out, Dead Reckoning, we talked about that. I think it underperformed like a little bit, not even like
I don't I,
crazy
I
much.
don't remember honestly, but I know people did enjoy it.
Yeah, but it was like I don't know.
It's weird because last year was one of those things where movies weren't really making money like that, even though the movies
Nah,
were
it was
good.
no, you're right. And I think we talked about that too. Nah,
Yeah,
it really wasn't. But
I think it was
I
just one
think
of those years where box office was like a low.
yeah. But now, and like I said, like we talked about it too, you got some movie theaters closing down as well.
Yeah, true.
That's a part of that too. But I think now it's gonna get back up because now we got Mission Impossible
Well,
28
these
years later,
these honestly
Superman.
these next 2 years, when we discuss it on CinemaCon, the live,
Yeah,
there's some movies coming out these next 2 years where people are probably gonna go back to the movies and watch movies like they used to before COVID.
yeah, yeah. Even when I went to see Sinners with my dad today, mind you, this was like I think the show was at the first show was at like 12:10. This is when we went to, and it was still that theater was still packed.
Yeah, every time I go look at
Yeah,
times for sinners,
right.
usually some of the good seats that I usually like are gone, so I don't end up grabbing the seats. But it was like I was telling Lightskin off chat or
Yeah.
whenever we were talking about it earlier today. I do want to watch Sinners again. I've only watched it once.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch it twice,
I haven't
bro.
been able to go see Accountant 2 just to the fact that these other movies are coming in and taking up time slots, so there's not that
Right.
really many showings of it.
Got you.
I've
Got
seen
you.
Thunderbolts twice already.
Yeah, because I'm gonna see it again with Sam later
There's a couple
tomorrow.
movies coming out next week that I want to watch, but
Yeah.
aren't like a big focus to other people. But I'm just that's.
Yo, and yeah, and then even just talking about Sinners really quick, man. Like I'm really like impressed
Honestly,
by that movie. Honestly,
I I think that's probably my favorite movie of the year so far.
you know what? I might have to agree with you, man. Like I didn't. Damn, bro.
Cause
And it's an original thing.
yeah, I watched Companion. I enjoyed that a lot.
I did too. I did too.
I wanted to watch Novocaine, but I never got around to watching it.
I watched that. It was cool. It was cool.
De- Death of a Unicorn I wanted to watch, but I never got around to that. I heard people
I
it was
didn't either.
like,
I missed it. Yeah.
oh, that's right, the Paul Rudd and movie coming out this week, Friendship. That's one I want to watch coming up.
Okay, bet. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I watched Honora earlier in the year. She won an award for that movie, which I enjoyed the movie,
Mhm.
but out of everything that I've seen so far this year, Sinners is probably up there for me.
Yeah, I gotta admit that. Well, some of them that I did. Oh, I think I saw no, I saw the monkey.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
You're
saw
right.
that too. Yeah, I saw that too. But no, I have to. I gotta give it that because like this is an original IP. This is something from Ryan Coogler. I believe he wrote this movie too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is true, but I heard that Ryan first pitched this to Marvel as a prequel to Blade.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's what I heard. But
Interesting.
Marvel shot it down, and I'm like, nah, I should have kept that, bro. This was
Honestly, Ryan Coogler's probably like the best person.
yeah. I'm like, bro, yo, honestly, I don't even understand why they didn't make him direct the Blade movie.
Honestly, out of directors now that I feel like they could create a world,
Mhm.
it's probably Matt Reeves, Ryan Coogler, and
Oh,
the the
shit.
director of Dune,
Oh,
Denis.
Denis Villeneuve. No,
Yeah.
you know what you got to also add uh Jordan Peele.
Oh, that how bro? How could I forget one of the goats, Christopher Nolan?
Yeah, him too. Yeah. Oh. Of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Interstellar and Memento are probably like my personal favorite movies of
Yeah, we
Nolan.
gotta react to Interstellar. I still haven't seen that yet.
What?
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
Negro, what did you just tell me?
Oh,
What
whoa,
did you just
the
say?
hard F.
What? I'm not gonna lie, bro. That like
My
that
man
movie's a
used
that movie.
my man Coleman, I was in the plantation, bro.
Hey, cornbread, I need to talk to you real quick.
No way, bro.
Like
I hope light skin is watching this, bro. Cause ain't no
he
way.
is, he is. I honestly think Interstellar is a masterpiece. Like I've watched it
Yeah,
so
that's what I've
many
heard.
times.
Yeah,
I even went to go watch it in IMAX in the re-release because
bird.
it's one of those movies that's like the way it's constructed, the way he wrote it. Nolan does
Mhm.
a great job of building worlds and with his scripts. So that's why I'm so excited to see Odyssey, what he does with that.
Yeah, and that cast is studded, bro. Zendaya, Spider,
Yo,
Tom Holland.
have you seen how ripped Ray Fiennes is, bro?
I was, whoa, what are you doing, bro?
Well, not even that. Like he was already ripped in 28 years later. I'm surprised he
Right,
probably
and
still
now
kept
you
that
just went,
physique.
yo, what are you doing, bro? Like, what are you eating? Like,
Th-
what is
th-
happening?
there's a couple more movies that are coming out that I'm trying to expand my my library of movies that I
Oh,
watch, not
movie, yeah,
stick to
yeah, yeah. Oh,
one
of
specific
course.
things.
Yeah, yeah,
That's why I
yeah.
went to go watch Nora, and then there's this movie coming out, The Life of Chuck with Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, I think
It's
yeah.
a Stephen King novel, or if I
Got
remember
it, got
correctly.
it, got it. Yeah, I should be doing that too, cause there's a lot of movies that I didn't see. Oh, you know what I want to see, bro? There's this movie with Leonardo DiCaprio coming out, and
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're
yeah,
talking
it's
about.
directed by Paul Thomas Anderson,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I really want to see that because that's something that he hasn't really done. Like this is something like completely new
Yeah, and
in his wheelhouse, I think.
who's see, and that's the thing too. Like, I try to watch like other directors, not stick to one person. I'm trying to think who directed that movie.
Which one?
I'm blanking on it right now.
It came out this year.
It was like a recent movie. It was like a horror movie. I can't remember.
It was a horror movie.
Yeah.
Mm, mm. Yeah, you gotta get back to me on that one, my guy. Not sure. Yeah, yeah. Because I'm trying to think. What scary movies came out though?
mm,
Let me see. Let me look that up too. Let me look it up.
it's hard to remember everything, honestly.
You said it was a horror movie, right?
Yeah.
Movies in 2025. Uh,
Oh, that's right. Weapons. That's one I'm excited for.
Yo, I saw the trailer for that, bro.
That shit looks
Bro,
crazy,
this is
and
the
it's
dude from Barbarian, bro.
yeah.
I was like, yo, what is going on here? Oh, I forgot. Did you see Wolfman?
Actually, no. I started watching it. I need to finish it.
Yo, that was
See, that's another
crazy,
one that I wanted to watch.
bro. That was a crazy ass movie, bro. I like how they did the concept of wolves in that too, bro. Oh my,
There's. I also watched The Cove on Apple TV. It's a fun little movie. But going back,
okay.
we went on a little tangent about
Yeah,
movie
my
theaters,
bad.
and no, you're good. I mean, it kind of correlates to what we're talking about as far as like Doomsday and the Secret Wars, honestly.
Right. Oh, well, you know what though? Just coming back to Thunderbolts, it's like you said, it is really a different movie. Like
Hmm.
it's a different feeling type of movie. It's talking about something that's very important, and it's shaping up the next couple of movies, which I think people have been wanting to see.
And it's funny, we also got a time jump,
Yeah, it
which
was great. 14 months. I was like, damn, 14
so
months.
that's a year and 2 months.
And what
No,
happened in
yeah,
that
you're right.
time?
Yeah.
Who were they fighting? Like,
Yeah,
what was going on?
what's happened in that year? Like, is Sam's team
Right.
already assembled? You see what I did there?
I see you, my guy. Hey, yo, maybe he did. Maybe. Oh, wait. Hold on. Bro, what? Oh, but what if in the ship, maybe that's where the X-Men come in that ship. And then you want to have the Fox X-Men with the Fantastic Four, and then you're gonna have whatever team they have that Sam has, and then you're gonna have the new Avengers
Because I remember
all together,
when we were
same
talking
place.
about the casting, we got some of the Fox X Men.
Right.
We did say, what if this Doom is the Fox universe's Doom?
Which that would be. Oh my god. Yo, what if it's the Fox Fantastic Four, bro?
That-
What if? No, seriously. What if?
I wanted to bring up another point. Displaying Doom's power. I think it was Christian's show that they were talking about it.
Uh,
I think it was on Friday. They were talking about like casting rumors and stuff like that. They're talking about bringing Thanos back just for him to get one tap by Doom.
I wouldn't like that. Nah. Now, if you
Hmm.
want him to help the Avengers, I'd be down for that.
I
I'd
also
be.
feel like you might have to bring back Lady Death if we're gonna be dealing with what's coming up.
Oh, the body toll gonna be crazy.
Well,
So
we're
you
also
definitely got
it's interesting out of all the shows and properties that show up in Mephisto showing up in Ironheart,
to.
which you
Mm,
thought he would have showed up in WandaVision, he didn't. You would have we got a mention of him in Agatha, but he didn't show up.
right.
I don't know. I'm just curious of what's gonna happen in Ironheart.
That's a good question. I don't. See, that's a good question though because she's. Mm,
Well, hold on, Lightskin. If you want to jump in here and give your 2 cents, go ahead, bro.
oh yeah, for sure. Come in, my guy. I don't know. It's hard because are we gonna get a post credit scene after that in that show? Because we haven't really had a lot for the shows like that.
Wait, can you check when Ironheart comes out again?
I I know it's coming out
It's
soon.
coming
If
out in
I'm
the
not
next couple
mistaken,
months for
I
sure.
know it's coming out soon.
Because I remember we talked about the way it was like set up, the way Marvel it was
Right.
TV show, then movie, TV show, then movie, TV show, then movie.
So June 24th,
Okay, so we still got another month.
and isn't Superman come out like on the 6th,
July 11th.
July 11th? Ooh. See, I would have done it sooner because I wouldn't want Ironheart to you know come not come back, but go with Superman. I wouldn't want that. You know what I'm saying? I want as much people to watch this show as much as possible.
And that's
And
the other thing too. We don't know what happens in Ironheart, honestly.
that's the thing too. Also, I just thought about that too. There really hasn't been a lot of marketing for this,
Nope, that's why I brought it up.
which is like I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's a
I
bad
think
thing.
maybe in the next couple of weeks they'll probably start ramping it up for promotionals, press tours and all that stuff.
Well, yeah, because we're in May. Like we just started in May,
Yeah, we're
so
just in the
I
beginning of
mean
May.
we still got a little bit. That's true. That's true. I just thought,
I I definitely do, you know, agree that whatever they're gonna end up calling this movie, New Avengers or Thunderbolts, that this was definitely the right direction to go in as far as
oh, I agree,
movie
100%.
wise.
Oh yeah,
What
hundred
they're
percent.
talking about in that specific movie. It was kind of like almost separate enough from the MCU to be its own thing.
Yeah, I mean, and I love that, and I know they're doing it like a WB with like the Batman and stuff. So I
Mm.
mean, I would love it to have like its own separate thing where they just do like rated R stuff, like just dangerous missions and stuff like that. And that's another thing, just going back to what we were talking about earlier. Like, are they gonna still do like Avenger missions or like what we do, you
Mm.
know, in those like months? And I'm sure um Sam and Bucky, I'm sure he's had contact with the group. I has to during that time. Had to.
Let me ask you: do you think we'll ever get a Molecule Man in the MCU?
If we do it, I feel like it'd be too late to put him in the game.
Mm.
Maybe next.
Because
Maybe
if
when they reboot.
that's what I was gonna bring up, if they're
Yeah,
gonna quote unquote soft reboot
yeah,
after Secret Wars, who's to say they can't, Easter egg or cameo or whatever?
yeah. I mean, I can see that for sure.
Because I don't remember where I heard this from, but there were talks about the Beyonder showing up at some point.
Yeah, I think he's gonna show up in like Secret Wars,
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember.
something like that. Yeah, but that's not until like 2027,
Yeah,
which is kind of crazy. And supposedly Peter's supposed to get his black suit. Supposedly,
that I would love to see that.
I would love to see that too. And it's because again, we don't know how long Tom Holland's gonna be Spider Man for. We don't know
True,
that.
true.
That's the thing. So it's like you know, I. Like even if he does, like, is he gonna get it in Secret World? I mean, in Secret Wars, or is he gonna get it before that?
Now the question is Battle World going to take place on Earth or
Oh,
somewhere else?
that's a good question. Very good question.
All right, we got
Mm.
a special guy right here. Hold on.
Hey,
Hey, my boy.
So
what up?
what you wanted
What's
to
up, my
say,
boy?
bro?
All right, going back to what Sam was doing. Like I said, I definitely think I personally think it's definitely having an involvement with the Young Avengers. For some reason, it's the Young Avengers. Will we get the West Coast Avengers? Possibly because, like you said, like I mentioned, Wonder Man. You have Shang Chi. You have She Hulk out there, possibly if they decide to bring her back. Um, and whoever else they want to bring in out there on the West Coast. Vision was part of the West Coast Avengers. Vision's coming
Oh,
back.
I'm glad you brought that up because we still have that Vision show.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
Vision
Oh, that's
Quest,
right. That's right. I forgot about that. That's right.
which I think Ultron's supposed to come back in that. I believe.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I heard, yeah, if I heard correctly, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, let me
Yes.
see when Vision Quest is coming out. Hold on.
I think it's supposed to be next year, like at the
So we
beginning
still
of next
have
year.
that. So the West Coast Avengers is not out of the realm of the possibility, but for the fact that they've already introduced us to the young superheroes, Kate Bishop, Kamala Khan, Wanda's kids,
Yeah,
Ironheart,
right.
it leads me to believe that they're closer to bringing the young Avengers together than they are the West Coast as of right now.
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, after this movie, anything's possible now.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna probably try to see it on Mother's Day because I'm not working. All
Oh,
right,
okay, great. I bet. Got
so
you. Yeah, that's why I
I'm gonna
like.
try to
Yeah,
see it.
yeah. That's why we didn't have you on this because we don't want to like spoil it
No,
too much. You know what I'm
you
saying?
you got look. Buggy and I were talking about it. He told me a bunch of stuff already. I'm like, spoil away, dude.
Okay.
Spoil
Okay.
away.
I
All
mean,
right, bet.
yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, I got you. But
And
yeah,
as
I
for the
mean,
post credit and going jumping off that post credit scene,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
what you were saying with the Fantastic Four ship, I honestly think it is the this Fantastic Four, the Pedro Pascal, the one we're getting. I believe it. I don't think they would go out of their way to bring back Chris Evans as Johnny Storm again after he got his skin ripped
Oh,
off.
I was say he's dead.
Yeah, and I'm led to believe that the other three are dead as well from the Fox universe.
Yeah, I remember
I'm led to that.
they had their vehicle. Someone was driving one of their vehicles.
Yeah. So
Ooh,
I believe they're done for.
okay.
All
Okay.
right. Now, if you want to bring in the other Fantastic Four, then that means you're bringing back Michael B. Jordan as Human Torch, and for what? Just to be
Yeah,
killed off
I'm
again?
about to say yeah. I don't think he go be
So
down.
no.
Yeah,
The
I don't think.
only other Fantastic Four we could possibly see, but he turned into spaghetti.
Right. Jonathan, because
Jonathan Krasinski.
Krasinski. There we go. Yes.
Yeah. So, but he's spaghetti now. So. And to answer how the Fantastic Four got here, I think it was the Silver Surfer who got him out of there.
Ooh.
And Galactus will be a player later on, yet again.
I can see
I was
that.
thinking he was gonna follow him through that portal. I was thinking.
He'll probably find his way over to our universe,
Okay.
but it'll probably be after after Doom World and Battle World, I think.
You know
If
what?
they
Yeah, you're
decide,
probably right. Yeah, you're probably right.
because right now this is the storyline that's most precedent.
Man, I'm so excited for what's coming up, man.
Do you, so after Doomsday
Yeah.
and Secret Wars, but what would you do as far as Avengers? Like
Hmm, that's a thing.
Secret Avengers? I don't know.
I wouldn't mind getting the Dark Avengers.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either. I'd be down for
You
that.
throw Bullseye in there. You introduce Doc in.
Well, that's the
Uh,
other thing too. We don't know if they're gonna eventually do that with the TV and
well, according to Feige, he has a 10-year plan for the X-Men.
yeah, I saw that. But you were talking about Bullseye. I'm just saying I
Yeah.
don't know how that's gonna.
Well, Bullseye, I think they could use. They just can't use Kingpin in the movies. I think Bullseye can transfer between movie and.
I still
I'd
think
be down for that.
I still
I
think
would be so down for that.
I still think that's ridiculous that they can't use Kingpin in a movie.
Which is, yeah, I agree. Like, especially,
Sony just give up the rights, man. Just at this point, just
yeah,
give them back.
please.
Give them back.
Sick of this shit. Just give them the right. Yeah, because it's
Uh,
like, how you ain't gonna use Spider-Man here? Like, you got, like, what?
oh, and we were talking about directors. I don't know if
Yeah.
you saw my comments. I said Jordan Peele should direct Blade.
Oh, no, I
Wasn't
didn't see that.
wasn't he?
I thought he was supposed to, no?
No,
He was.
somebody else was.
I could have sworn
Maybe
he
I'm
was
thinking of
supposed to.
a
Maybe I'm
different.
thinking about somebody else, too.
Yeah, somebody else.
I'm thinking
It
of a
wasn't
different
Jordan
movie
Peele.
he did.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn he was supposed to do that, too. But okay.
Maybe he wrote a script and then after so many different people came in, we forgot.
Yeah, if at this point, I just gonna have to.
He probably could
You,
have wrote a
you know,
screenplay.
Mahershala in this new Jurassic Park movie. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's it. It's over.
I don't know.
Blade's done for right now. I'm telling you right now. You
Oh
may as
yeah,
well forget, not even
Oh
have
yeah.
a Blade movie
it's
mentioned anymore.
it's gonna be on the shelf for a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
Production. It was in
would you even
production
put him in the
hell.
reboot? I mean,
You're gonna have to recast.
Look,
I honestly think.
the smartest
yeah,
thing they ever did when they did have Blade show up on screen was at the end of Eternals, where he was off screen. So that
right. So it was
perfect.
a voice, so it could be
Yeah.
anybody at that point. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I mean,
and you know what? They could be slick and
Oh,
just overdub that voice with the new Blade if they recast it
I said Secret
on future
Avengers
releases.
because we still have characters that are out there that are part of the Secret Avengers team. Moon Knight, Valkyrie. We're gonna get Beast eventually at some point.
Well, I think they're gonna save Moon Knight probably for Midnight Suns if they ever decide to do that with Ghost Rider,
Well,
Blade.
I remember they said they were gonna. They canceled the show and they're gonna turn it into a movie now.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's still the case.
which one?
I want
Moon Knight.
Midnight Suns.
Moon Knight.
Oh, Moon Knight.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't. Okay.
I
I,
wouldn't
I
mind seeing a Moon Knight movie.
I liked Moon Knight the first season. It could have been a little bit better,
yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah.
but I could definitely see a movie. Um, I think it
I think
might
what
be.
hurt that
I think it
show.
might be the first character from that goes from TV to movie, right?
I,
MCU wise, as long as they've started doing this.
Mm,
Agatha wasn't in the movies, right?
No,
yes, she was. Yes, she was. Wasn't she?
no.
No,
She
she was.
the first time she appeared was in
It was in
WandaVision.
WandaVision. Yeah,
Now we've seen
trying
the
to,
opposite. We've seen like the movies going to the
in
TV.
the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Well, yeah, actually, yeah, we have Daredevil. He made a
Well,
cameo in
yeah,
Spider-Man.
true,
Oh,
Technically,
right.
true,
Yeah, you what? You right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay.
true,
Yeah,
true.
yeah, 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 yeah,
The reintroduction to Matt Murdock
yeah.
in Far From Home or No Way Home, whichever one it was.
Oh, and Fontaine too, right? I think
I
she showed
think
up
so.
in Falcon. Did she not? Am I working?
Yeah, I think you're right. Fontaine is another one.
Yeah, Fontaine.
Okay. Okay.
So those are the
Okay.
only
Yeah, there's
real.
Oh
more to that.
no, wait, no.
There's one more.
What's up?
Yeah, John Walker, U.S. agent,
You're right. You
started
said
in the
Oh,
show.
you
yeah.
said,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
John Walker started in
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True, 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 true,
and we
true.
were
in
really
Bucky.
talking about him earlier.
Junior varsity Captain America.
Yo, they were trying him the whole movie, bro.
Yo, so you about to pull out the Glock, bro? I say right there and there, bro.
I can't stand U.S. agent, bro.
Oh no, I think Wyatt Russell did a great job.
Yeah, he did a great job, bro. Oh,
I just
Actually,
don't like the
I
character. From
no,
the
I think
comics
no, I
from back in
understand
the
that,
day.
but I feel
So
like the way he was portrayed, the way Wyatt Russell did it was good. Like
yeah.
he came off as an asshole in the beginning, but eventually he warmed up. But he's still a dick.
Oh,
oh,
Which
like me.
which I also love that Yelena was like going off on everybody, and he's like, you know what, Walker, you're a piece of shit. I don't even have to tell you. He's like, damn.
Also, he's like me in a way.
It's when he's like, oh, you're starting with me
yeah.
now. She's like, no, I don't even have to start with you. You know you're an asshole.
So yo, all right.
And when she said that, my crowd was laughing too.
That
But
was great.
I think she also said, we all know you're a piece of shit. That's why your kid and your wife left you.
Oh
Like
I
hit
don't
wow!
him.
remember. Yo, I gotta watch that movie again tomorrow. Man.
She
I
she
don't remember her saying that.
she went low blow with him.
Damn, bro. Yo, he was getting the most jokes out of
Wow!
that movie.
So he was the punching bag of the
The
movie.
movie, yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, a little bit. So was Alexi a little bit, but more so John
Nah,
Walker.
but it
It's
was.
semi
I think most
bulletproof.
of him though. Just because he's Captain America, supposedly he was Captain America. So
For like 2
2
seconds.
seconds.
The worst Captain America.
Damn, bro. Damn.
You know, it's kind of funny now that to think about it that U.S. agent has Bucky on his team now as a former Captain America, and then he was also helping
Yeah.
Sam when he was
I just
becoming
yeah.
Captain America. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, junior varsity Captain Americas. Both of them. They didn't get to hold the shield long enough.
Oh,
trying to
Uh,
think of what else from the movie we haven't talked about. I mean, we pretty much covered the basis.
So, all right. So Ghost lives, obviously. So the only major death is Taskmaster in this movie.
I mean, we kind of figured that through the trailer.
Yeah,
He really
I think,
wasn't in them.
yeah, I think
yeah,
so. I think so.
that was a major death. All right.
But
Yeah. Besides that, there really wasn't any deaths. Well,
yeah,
besides the
not really.
people
Nah,
Yelena took out, but besides that,
that
it
was
was
it.
just
Did what happened to whatchamacall, Fontaine? Did she survive?
she's
Yeah,
alive.
she's about.
She's still alive. I don't trust
Essentially,
her.
the new Avengers own her because of what she did to them.
Oh, so she's
Which,
in their debt.
Yeah,
which, also, we saw in Brave New World, Thunderbolt Ross was trying to get the Avengers back, working underneath the government, and that's
Yeah.
kind of the case now. They got what they wanted, but then
yeah.
you got
Cause she
Sam
like,
and them trying to build their team. Are they going to be part of that group working for the government or independent?
You might have them the primary be the primary Avengers and the Thunderbolts being the
Because
nitty gritty ones,
remember
being
they
like the quote unquote Suicide Squad.
in the Daredevil show, the Sokovia Accords were
They're still active.
no, they were. I gotta look up the new Rockstars video now. Hold on.
um, I don't. I thought they got disbanded.
That's why I brought up the Daredevil because they said that in the new Rockstars video that
I could
it
have
was.
sworn they said it was disbanded. Maybe I'm wrong though.
I'll look it up right now.
Yeah,
While you.
yeah, yeah. I could have sworn they said it was disbanded though. Because I thought they brought it up in Brave New World, if I'm not mistaken.
I haven't seen it, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. I have to go look at that movie because I thought they did say it though, but I could be wrong as well. So I don't know. Mm. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that. Hmm. That was bro. You gotta see that movie though. That shit was fire, bro.
What Thunderbolts?
Thunderbolts. Oh yeah, you gotta see that movie,
If they're showing it in my theater, I'll go.
bro. Work? I like that.
I'll
I
go.
don't know.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
I'll probably go. I'll probably go on Sunday when I'm off
Oh, all right. So bet. Okay,
because
gotcha.
it's going to be a long week for me this week, bro. Long week.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm off tomorrow. Yeah, you're not gonna, dude. I will not be able to record this week at all. To be dead honest with you,
I don't really think we had much to record this week.
it,
I don't.
maybe maybe Wednesday night we could do Supernatural or something like
Oh yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Whatever.
That's cool. Cause I
But
should have it out by then. I should.
all right,
'Cause I'm
so
working on it
maybe
now.
one.
So
Yeah, so
yeah. Okay. So yeah, we can definitely do that. That's for sure. Yeah. For
if
sure.
anything,
Yeah.
but um. So let's see. Let me think of what I could ask, and so we keep this going a little bit. Um, 'Cause you guys
Okay,
pretty
so
much,
this
but
was from uh She-Hulk. So Matt says, "May I remind you that the Sokovia Accords have been repealed."
they've been
Oh, so they
repealed.
are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I
wait,
don't.
hold up. If they've been repealed, then why is Fisk enforcing them in Daredevil?
Don't ask
Well,
me. I
I
don't.
think vigilantes are different than.
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know,
I don't
bro.
know. Yeah. No, I mean,
Some seems fishy. There's some continuity flaw there. Marvel
I don't
Marvel's
know, man. I know, but
Marvel
that's a great
screwed
point.
up.
Yeah, that's a great point though,
Well,
because
that's why I wanted to say like we don't know if they're gonna address She-Hulk, so we're just gonna
right.
go
So I
by
don't know,
that for now.
because I mean, the Avengers were technically vigilantes too, to a certain degree. I
I
think.
mean, you can't really call Thor a vigilante though.
He's a
Well,
god.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
that's true. And
It don't
Hulk,
count.
they're not gonna tell Hulk.
Kingpin ain't gonna stop Thor.
Yeah. They're not gonna stop Hulk.
Like he's a god. Oh, screw that.
So I can just go to my
Um.
home dimension, bro. This ain't even where I live, bro. I mean,
So Ty,
You
out
can do
of
what you want.
Brave New World and Thunderbolts, which I probably know the answer to. Which do you prefer more?
Oh, Thunderbolts, 100%,
Yeah, I kind of
100%,
figured.
100%. It's not even fucking got. It's not even got this, bro.
So let me ask
I'm
you guys this: Does this movie right? Is this movie writing the ship?
Oh yes, 100%,
I would say so, yeah.
100%, hundred
This
percent.
movie is starting to get
Because
the ship right
honestly,
again.
everything up until this point,
Hmm.
eh,
It didn't have no direction, but
yeah,
this one
exactly.
has a direction. And Fantastic Four is gonna have a direction too.
And I don't know if you saw what I said, but in the beginning, where Brave New World should have just stuck what they were doing with originally instead of doing all these cuts because they didn't want to offend people with the global
Yeah,
conflict that was
I
happening.
was watching from the beginning. I was
Okay.
watching from the beginning.
I feel like if they would have stuck with their guns, that movie would probably would have came out a lot better than what it was.
I agree. I agree.
Because that whole movie, the premise was them trying to pass a bill for all the countries around the world to evenly share the new metal vibranium for the celestial, which I called since Eternals. But that's
Because you got
neither
nothing.
here or there.
So
Because
we'll
you got
find
nothing.
out. So we'll find out.
Um, I got nothing else to say about Thunderbolts or
Yeah, I'm
upcoming
good
MCU
too.
projects. Um, look at our live stream that we did today for May the 4th. We
We
discussed
Yeah.
suck
some
at
Battlefront
gaming.
2. Yes, some games we would play terrible. It is what it is.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
this is repetition. That's it.
Um, Devil May Cry finale coming out sometime this week.
Yes.
As
Oh,
long
oh,
as
that's right. We gotta record that. That's right.
yeah,
I forgot about that.
as
Okay.
long with Supernatural episode 3 and 4, new One
Yes.
Piece. I think that's it, right? That's all we got coming
Yeah, I
out
think
this
that's
week.
it. Oh,
Yeah.
we gotta do the live for the One Piece though. Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll don't worry about it, guys. We'll figure that out.
Nani?
Nah.
um, it, I mm,
What else been
we
happening?
are gonna start uh
The
the
league.
league when we finish Devil May Cry
You
and
see his face. He's just like, yes,
I
yes.
because there's really no TV shows coming out that I know that we're gonna cover, right?
Not until I guess Ironheart on it.
Right. Other than that,
I don't know if I'm gonna watch Andor unless we want to do Andor season 2.
Well, we would have to watch
yeah,
season
we
one
got
first,
Season
season one.
yeah.
I haven't watched season one, so
I haven't even watched season 1.
we all in the
But
same
people
boat.
are saying arguably the best Star Wars product in a while.
Yeah, so maybe we need to get on that too. I don't
I've
know.
been wanting to watch it, but
Yeah,
like I
me too.
said,
Me too.
normally we don't, just for the fact that
I
we might do it on the channel, so we don't eventually watch it until we do it for the channel. But
Me, it's just like I've said
also,
before.
I also
Star Wars is
forgot
on life support for me at least.
Old Boy. Some point we're gonna record that coming out sometime soon, here or there.
I'm
We don't
not
know
ready for
when.
that, bro.
um, we
The
are gonna do it.
2003 version, not
Yes,
the
The
new one.
original,
The
not
we are.
Josh
original.
Brolin.
Yes.
We are gonna
Yes.
do a couple live
We'll make sure.
videos, pretty much introducing who we are, because we just started this channel out of nowhere, just pumping videos out without even explaining who we are, how we came together. But
We're a bunch
We
of nerds.
finna
you
do
guys will
Avengers,
know
bro.
who
What you talking about?
it.
No, dude, we're the
Crazy.
Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad.
And on that note, guys,
Nah,
leave
fuck
a
it.
like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.